recording for ASMR Sleep Station. If you don't know what ASMR is, look up Autonomic Sensory Meridian Response and you'll find a bunch of information on it. But this is made to relax you and make you sleepy. And if it doesn't do that, or you're confused or irritated, then I'm sorry you downloaded this. But for everybody else that's open to listening to some stranger whisper, or you're relaxed by these things, then thank you for downloading and welcome, or welcome back. I'll go through feedback real quick, and then I have some reading to do. So if you've never listened to this show or podcast before, I sometimes ramble, and other times I find things to read that are boring, or I don't want to offend people, but things that other people might find boring. Like today we're going to read some contract law. I don't mean that contract law is necessarily boring. I think most people can't focus their attention on it for too long, unless you're a contract lawyer. So, to all this Juris Doctors out there, I apologize. Okay. So, I don't know where the numbers come from, but I searched around and did another survey to try to find some stats. There's, according to TuneIn.com, 394 followers, and that was as of the last one. Podcast chart. Oh, that one doesn't have anything. That one says the chart position in alternative health is 36. That was the only bit of information from that one. But the position is 63 on iTunes Store, and the last episode is the highest ranking at 87, and those are all for alternative health. So, I doubt anyone cares that much, but it's part of the show, reading things that you don't care about. There is a couple more ratings at the iTunes Store. From 5 to 1 star, the ratings are 63, 9, 7, 4, and 3. And the last written review was 5 stars from Coco Black, October 27th. Entitled Great Podcast, it reads, I really enjoy ASMR, and this guy has a great whisper. He helps me to feel so relaxed and at ease. Awesome to listen to after a long, stressful day. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you for writing that. I'm glad it's relaxing after a long, stressful day. Speaking of which, this has by far been the most stressful year of my life, and as you can tell, I'm recording more because I have more free time. I'm less stressed out, and another way to put it is I'm a little bit more focused, and I'm really trying to make these recordings beneficial to as many people as possible. So I'm glad the whispering is good. If anyone else has any feedback, technical or general or critical, feel free to leave it on the main website or on iTunes or email me. I usually make an attempt to be responsive, and I'm pretty open to suggestions. For example, the last two recordings, 33 and 32, I minimized a lot of the rambling just to see what it would be like. And I don't know if it made much of a difference. I didn't really get a whole lot of feedback to stop the rambling, but I wanted to try it anyways, just to see what it would be like. For one thing, it's a little unnatural for me not to ramble because I'm just a person all by themselves whispering, and there's not really a whole lot to enforce that I stay on track reading things, and my mind wanders a lot, so I suppose I feel comfortable enough to ramble. Doesn't always end up that way, but this show is sometimes without a format, so feel free to let me know what you're into. And while I'm mentioning that, there's links somewhere to donate to PayPal. If you want to do that, I thought about what I said last time, and I really didn't want it to come off like I'm desperate for donations or there's any pressure at all. Even if I didn't sound desperate, I want anybody listening to know that I'm not needing that anyway, like not even 1 or 5%. I really, really don't want to put any pressure on anybody. Donations can maybe change the show a little bit, but they're really not necessary for me to sustain it. It's just at times been, I suppose, more expensive than I thought, or and it's really my fault too, because I don't think I bought the best microphone in the world. And anyways, let me just stick to the point, which was don't feel pressured. But if you want to do that, do it if you want. There's already been a donation or two, and those people were extremely generous, and I really, really appreciate that. can't thank those people enough. That not that any other form of contact isn't genuine and touching, but when somebody goes out of their way to support the show financially, it means a lot. So thank you to the people that have. And as I move forward, I don't think I'll bring up financial things much more, because I don't like money and I don't care that much about it. And relative to the other things going on in these recordings, I don't want it to be a constant, and I don't want it to detract from things. I haven't really met my objective yet, but I would, in the future, want this show to be less of a show, because it at times I think might pull people out of relaxing, and I've been lazy about how I communicate and how that might pull people out. So maybe in the future I'll have a very brief introduction and not talk about myself and listeners as much, but at the same time I don't know how to balance that with wanting to mention feedback, which is important to me. So it's a work in progress, but I enjoy it. I like it because it's something that is changing a little bit, but it's not really contained, and doesn't need to be. And this is really for fun, and it's for people to relax to. So it seems to be doing that. The next feedback is from Brian Oso. Left the day prior to the other one I just mentioned from Coco Black. Thank you again for the nice comment. This one from Brian Oso is entitled "Thank You," and it's also 5-star. It reads, "I came across this podcast a couple weeks ago and since began listening to it in the workplace at the beginning of every shift. Your soothing voice calms me down, man. I'm so glad this has been made available to me. So helpful." Well, thank you for taking the time to write that. Sounds like another person leaving feedback that uses it to relax, and it seems to be working for them too. So I'm very, very glad it is available to you, and I'm glad you wrote, and I appreciate the support. If my counting is correct, that's probably the 85th rating, and that means a lot. So thank you for your feedback, and I hope you continue to, relax at work or whatever you're trying to do. Hopefully your work isn't too stressful. Okay, so that's it for feedback. I wonder if I should do feedback at the end of the recording. That might be a better idea. I don't know how much time I have right now, but I am just going to continue on reading the request made earlier in the month of October. I just have to find it. And what? Oh no. I don't know why this file isn't working. It's not encoded right. Hold on, I'm going to be clicking my keyboard. Hopefully this isn't too loud. I'm trying to mute it. Let's see here. Oh man. The file type is not encoded. What is damaged? Oh no. I think something's wrong with my computer drive. It tried to, when I first started this, it tried to restart and repair the drive, but I didn't do it because I just wanted to record. Bummer. I'm going to look around for a different program and see if that can open it. Unicode. Oh wow. Horrific. That's weird. It looks like this file contains a bunch of pound signs. Okay. I'm going to turn on the internet and sometimes that makes the computer kind of loud because of the fan. I'm kind of at a loss here. Okay. I'll just keep recording. I'll keep recording and I'll try to find this thing again. Remembering passwords from a really long time ago. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. It's not working now. Okay. I'll have to, I thought the clicking would be louder. There was a time when I tried typing out a couple of things and, I would just leave the mic on and the clicking was super loud. I don't know why, but it's not. Maybe it's the position of the microphone. It doesn't really seem that bad. Okay. Lately I've been listening to more ASMR with food in it. Sometimes more like food reviews. spaces, I guess. Okay, it's time to get tired or relaxed. If you're at work, I hope you don't get too tired. Okay, this is from the United States District Court, WD, Arkansas, Fort Smith Division, and this is Arkansas Warehouse Incorporated Plaintiff v. St. Gobain Ceramics and Plastics Incorporated Defendant. Case number 216 CV 2008, signed October 20th, 2016. Attorneys and law firms: Joseph F. Gilker and Jones, Mountainburg, Arkansas for plaintiff; Byron Jansen Walker; Stephen N. Joyner, Rose Law Firm, Little Rock, Arkansas for defendant. P.K. Holmes III, Chief U.S. District Judge. And this is the opinion and order section. Before the court are cross motions for summary judgment. Plaintiff, Arkansas Warehouse Incorporated. Arkansas Warehouse filed a motion for summary judgment. Doc 11 and supporting documents, Docs 12, 13, on March 11, 2016. Defendant, St. Gobain Ceramics and Plastics Incorporated. St. Gobain filed a response in opposition, Docs 15, 16, to which Arkansas Warehouse replied. Doc 20, St. Gobain has also filed a motion for summary judgment. Doc 17 with supporting documents, Docs 18, 19, to which Arkansas Warehouse has responded in opposition, and St. Gobain replied. Doc 24, St. Gobain filed a motion to continue the trial scheduled for November 7th, 2016. Doc 25, and Arkansas Warehouse responded in opposition to a continuation. Doc 26. For the following reasons, the court finds that St. Gobain motion for summary judgment, Doc 17, should be granted, and Arkansas Warehouse's motion for summary judgment, Doc 11, should be denied. The motion to continue trial, Doc 25, will be denied as moot. Section 1 Background. Beginning in 2013, Oxane Materials Incorporated, Oxane, entered into a 3-month-to-month oral contracts with Arkansas Warehouse for the lease of warehouse spaces in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Doc 13, 5, 7 through 10, Oxane used the Arkansas Warehouse space to store materials and byproducts. Collectively, the materials involved in its manufacturing process. Doc 12, page 2 to 3. Arkansas Warehouse was consistently billing Oxane $52,050 per month for the continued use of the warehouse spaces at issue before the case arose. Doc 13, 14. In May 2015, Oxane ceased making payments under the oral contract. Doc 13, 20. On May 13th, 2015, to sell the materials to St. Cobain, Dock 1316. Under that contract, St. Cobain obligated itself to ship and dispose of the materials and agreed that it would endeavor to do so on or before July 15, 2015. Dock 23 X32. Oh, I think that's paragraph 2. Example 3, paragraph 2. I'm not sure. St. Cobain did not remove the last of the materials until October 19th, 2015. Doc 13, paragraph 26. For the period of time between May 13, 2015 and October 31, 2015, Arkansas Warehouse periodically billed St. Cobain for the use of the warehouse storage space. Doc 13, paragraphs 27 through 34. St. Cobain refused to pay these bills and to date has not paid any rent to Arkansas Warehouse. Doc 13, paragraphs 36 to 37. I had to shift around, my foot was falling asleep. Maybe I'm so boring, I put my foot to sleep. I might have breathed really hard into the mic. It's hard not to do. What was I gonna say? I was making all this noise and it made me think about right before I started recording this, I was going through and organizing other recordings, and they're really loud and noisy, and I thought it was funny how extreme the two things are. Weird. I wonder if most ASMR makers are calm people. A lot of the ones on YouTube seem like some of them seem like normal people that are good at whispering. I'm a calm person most of the time, but I'm sure there are moments when people think I'm crazy. Most of the time people think I'm either like very mild-mannered and introverted, which I am, and that's pretty accurate, or every now and then people think that I'm angry, and every now and then even intimidating. My face defaults to some scowling, angry look. I don't know when I'm doing it most of the time. I think it almost always happens when I'm not angry. My tired face looks angry too. Alright, section 2 is standard of review. Under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 56A, the court shall grant summary judgment if the movement shows that there is no genuine dispute as to any material fact, and the movement is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. party bears the burden of proving the absence of a genuine dispute of material fact, and that is entitled to judgment as a matter of law. Fed R. Civ B56C Matsushita elect Indus Co. vs. Zenith Radio Corp. 475 US 574 586 287 1986. National Bank of Commerce of El Dorado, Arkansas v. Dow Chem Co. 165 F 3D 602 8th Circuit 1999. I'm trying not to read all the abbreviations so it moves quicker. When the moving party has met its burden, the non-moving party must come forward with specific facts showing that there is genuine issue for trial. Matsushita 475 US at 587, quoting Fed R. Civ B56C, the non-moving party must do more than rely on allegations or denials in the pleadings, and the court should grant summary judgment if any essential element of the prima facie, I don't know what that, it's probably Latin, I don't know how to pronounce it, case is not supported by specific facts sufficient to raise a genuine issue for trial. Register v. Honeywell Fed Manufacturing Index LLC 397 F3D 1130 1136 8th Circuit 2005, citing Celotex Corp. v. Catred 477 US 317 324 1986. Alright, I'll read a little bit more, and then I have to go. The same standard applies where, as here, the parties file cross motions for summary judgment when the parties agree that there exists no genuine issue to any material fact. Summary judgment is not a useful tool whereby needless trials may be avoided, and it should not be withheld in an appropriate case. United States v. Porter 581 F2D 698 703 8th Circuit 1978. Each motion should be reviewed in its own right, with each side entitled to the benefit of all inferences favorable to them, which might reasonably be drawn from the record. Romacher v. Cormorant TWP BD 716 F2D 11 1211 1214 8th Circuit 1983, where conflicting inferences as to a material fact may reasonably be drawn from the materials before the court, the case is not appropriate for summary judgment. ID. A party cannot defeat a summary judgment motion by asserting the mere existence of some alleged factual dispute between the parties. The party must assert that there is a genuine issue of material fact. Quinn v. St. Louis County, 653 F3D 745 751 8th Circuit 2011. Internal quotation omitted. In order to show that disputed facts are material, the party opposing summary judgment must cite to the relevant substantive law Section 2 standard of review. My computer's gonna start getting loud. And my stomach's making a lot of noise right now. I bet it's in some of the recording. It's kind of funny. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully you're asleep or ready to focus on doing your work, or you're relaxed and you're ready to go to sleep now. Regardless of when, I hope you're sleeping well. And thanks for listening. And I'll talk to you